Welcome back to our lecture series on Ethics Matters. This is your Professor Joe. I would like to discuss with you the moral perspective of the Greeks. What truly sets the human person apart from every other creature? To the ancient Greeks, it wasn't brute strength, it wasn't instinct, and it wasn't even intellect alone. It was something far deeper, our capacity to be moral, our ability to choose what is just, noble, and good, not just to survive, but to live well. To them, moral activity was not just one trait among many. It was the highest expression of our humanity. In their words, moral activity is human par excellence, or the highest expression of ourselves. And so, for the Greeks, ethics was not a burden. It was our pinnacle. I will share with you this man, Socrates, who focused on examining life. Socrates, known as the father of moral philosophy, challenged his fellow Athenians with the now famous line, "The unexamined life is not worth living." To him, life wasn't about accumulating riches or chasing fame. It was about the soul, its condition, its direction, and its integrity. He believed that to live rightly, we must know ourselves and seek virtue. And Socrates didn't just preach this, he lived it. When offered a chance to escape death by compromising his conscience, he chose death. Why? Because for him, morality was not a matter of popularity or convenience. It was a sacred duty. To be moral, he believed, is to live truthfully, even when it costs you everything. His student Plato, influenced by his master Socrates, sought for the harmony of the soul and the form of the good. Plato carried the torch of Socrates, taught that morality isn't an external command, it's an inner harmony. A well-ordered soul is one where reason rules, emotion follows, and desire submits. This inner harmony reflects a cosmic truth, what Plato called the form of the good, the highest reality, the source of all meaning. In his allegory of the cave, Plato described humanity as prisoners in darkness, mistaking shadows for truth. But the moral philosopher escapes. He sees the good, and then he returns, not to boast, but to guide others to the light. For Plato, ethics is a journey of the soul, not about rules, but about truth. To act morally is to align ourselves with the very structure of true reality. Plato's student, Aristotle, developed the achievement of virtue through repeated practice and human flourishing. Aristotle brought ethics into practice by developing good person, not just doing good actions, putting ethics back to earth. He asked a timeless question: what is the purpose of life? His answer, eudaimonia, not pleasure, not wealth, but flourishing, a life lived in excellence and virtue, with its impact towards happiness and well-being of virtuous life. For Aristotle, morality wasn't about abstract ideals. It was habitual practice. We become just by doing just acts, courageous by facing fears, kind by practicing kindness. Virtue is not a gift, it's a craft, honed through repetition and reflection. He said, "The function of man is an activity of the soul in accordance with reason. Unlike animals that react by instinct or gods that live above struggle, humans are in between. We must choose, deliberately, repeatedly, freely, and it is in that choice that we become truly human." Between Plato and Aristotle, we have two ethical visions in this conversation. Plato's model sought to understand the ideals of the good. Aristotle seeks to live the good life and become a good person. Both shared a common goal, to help us live well, but their paths diverged. Plato believed that knowing the good leads to doing good. In his view, evil is ignorance. If we truly saw the light, we wouldn't turn away from it. Aristotle disagreed. He believed that knowledge alone isn't enough. Even the wise can fail to act. What matters is character, shaped not just by ideas, but by actions and habits. So where Plato seeks illumination, Aristotle insists on formation. Put together, they offer us a full ethical vision, a light to guide our minds, and a discipline to shape our lives. Let us sum up these views: doing good versus being good. Let's pause here and ask, is doing a good deed enough? Or is it better to become a good person first? Remember, anyone can do a good thing, even criminals do it, out of pressure, chance, or even selfish gain. But being a good person is noble because a good person does good consistently from an inner conviction and can be relied on. That's why Aristotle cared less about one heroic act and more about daily virtue, about shaping the soul into a moral compass that doesn't sway when no one's watching. Being good is deeper than appearing good. Let us reflect on the question, is the good thing the same as the right thing? We often confuse these two. The good is about benefit and purpose. A good knife cuts well. A good teacher helps students grow. In ethics, the good refers to what promotes life, flourishing, and well-being. The right, on the other hand, is about principle and duty. Some actions are right, even if they don't benefit anyone, and some are wrong, even if they bring comfort. Telling the truth may hurt feelings, but it's right. Stealing may help someone in need, but it's still wrong. Greek ethics, like Aristotle's, lean toward what is good by focusing on outcomes. But becoming a good person is the product of doing good things. Only later, with thinkers like Kant, did the right, deontological ethics emerge, doing your duty, no matter the cost. So, which is better? In truth, we need both. Goodness without principle can become reckless. Rightness without compassion can become cold. Ethics must balance both, a good that is right and a right that serves the good. So our takeaways can be that moral life is our highest calling. That morality is not about avoiding punishment or obeying blindly. It's about becoming excellent in moral life. It's about cultivating the soul, becoming the kind of person who wants what is good and does what is right. Ethics is not constraint, it is liberation. When we choose courage over fear, justice over apathy, truth over comfort, we are not becoming less human. We are becoming most human. So the voice of Greek philosophy still calls to us across the ages. Live well, be just, cultivate your soul. Because the moral life is not just a path to goodness, it is the expression of our highest nature. Thank you for joining this episode. We hope to see you again in our next lecture series on ethical relativism.